So I just beat Undertale. I'm gonna have the Switch trailer just sort of playing on loop as I talk because I don't have any footage of it. But I literally just beat it like a second ago. So just like all the other videos I do, this is raw, just talking, giving my honest thoughts about it. So Undertale is a game I've known about obviously for a long time. It sort of comes from that 2012 to like 2016 indie era, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like FNAF and all that type of stuff sort of came from this era. And a lot of those games, even though I was a fan of them in the past, now I look back and I think, like, I don't get it, you know. And I think Undertale for a long time it has a little bit of that stigma, right? You like the band kids or the whatever, the cringy humor that gets overused to death. And I even had that revelation or thought while playing the game. And then I sort of realized that, like, well, this is where that game, like, where this is where that stuff came from. So I think it's unfair to sit here and sort of cringe at maybe a joke that I've heard a million times, thinking that, oh, it's like band kid humor, when this is where the band kids got that from. No disrespect to band kids, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, so yeah, I played this game on Switch, and going back to like the humor, I actually really liked it. Like, I found myself not like laughing, but like giggling or smiling just reading the text, and I found myself doing that multiple times. I think it's rare for games to do that for me, especially the same thing with like feeling like sadness or whatever. I think it's hard for a lot of games to make me feel that way. And that's not a bad thing. Some of my favorite games of all time don't make me feel that way. You know what I mean? So I think it says a lot when I can say that this game made me feel both of those things. I was actively smiling, interested in the characters, and by the end of it, I was like emotional a little bit. I wasn't crying or anything like that, but I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Um, and like I said, I think it's hard for a game to do that. And this being one of those games, I sort of had my, like the video of did a video of going, oh my god, I get it. I had that with this game. I was like, oh my god, I get it. Like, this is why this game has stood the test of time. And I do have a weird history with this game. See, I didn't play this game first. I played Deltarune way back when it came out, because it was like a free game. There was like a lot of hype around it. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll play it. And I actually beat Deltarune Part 1. I still haven't played Part 2. I think I'm sort of waiting for them all to come out, which seems like it's going to be when the Switch 2 comes out. But playing Deltarune and then going back to this game is a little hard at first, because I think Deltarune really smooths everything out. There's better animations. It just overall feels like a much better put together game, or whatever. And it made sort of going back to this game over the years hard. So I never was able to really sit down and play it. But I sat down and I really just started. I loaded up my old save file, and I worked through it. And yeah, I don't know what I was on. Obviously, this game, you can tell there is mixels galore. You know what I mean? There are different fonts, what it feels like all over the place, and nothing really like blurry, blown up images of pixel art because they're not the right size. Like, you could definitely tell this is an indie game from 2014 or whenever this game came out. But I think there also is a charm to that, because I think it highlights everything else that's so good. Like I mentioned, the characters and the dialogue are all so well written, like much better than almost anything that I've played. Like, really, I think it is that good. And that also goes for the music. Like, it is kind of crazy how almost every song in this game is iconic. That is like something you really can't say for a lot of games. Like, I would hear a song just randomly out of nowhere, and I'd be like, I've heard that song a million times. Like, over the years of just being on the internet and being on YouTube, it's like, holy shit, I've heard this song like 500 billion times, and it's just like a random lobby theme in like the hotel or a shop or something like that. And that is just a testament to truly how good this game is. I don't know how other fans feel about this, but I almost wonder if a remake of this game would be good. That sort of gets rid of the mixels, has a consistent art style similar to like Deltarune and stuff like that, and sort of smooths out the experience. That isn't to say, and I say I wonder what other fans think, because that isn't needed, right? That would just be sort of quality of life thing. that I would like to see. But I also know there's a lot of people that are like, no, don't change it. It's so good as it is. And if it never was changed, that'd be perfectly fine. Like I said, I played this on Switch. It's also on Xbox, PS4. This thing is everywhere and it runs fine everywhere. So it's not like this is some weird, like indie game that runs like shit. But yeah, that is one of the takeaways from it. And I think that sort of is. Oh yeah, so my run. So I loaded up my old save file that I mentioned, which was from like 2018, and I did a completely passive run. Except I forgot that I killed like one or two guys in the beginning of that save file. And that was, I didn't notice that until I had made it like an hour or two into the game. I was like, God damn it, I don't want to fucking, I don't want to do that all over again. So I just stuck with it and I ended up doing a neutral playthrough. I didn't kill anybody. So I think in total I maybe killed like 4 people, which were all from that original save file from a while ago. But, even the neutral ending, I don't know if there are multiple neutrals. Like, I don't know if it changes depending on how many people like you kill or something like that. But the one I got, it wasn't like the happy quote unquote ending, but it wasn't sad or bad or anything, you know, by any means. And I liked it. This game is short and definitely warrants multiple playthroughs. I don't know if I'll do that. Like, I already know how this game ends. I knew how this game ended before I started it. Just because it's all over the internet. It's been out for, I think, a decade, right? 2015 is when this game came out. Which is crazy to think about. Jesus Christ. See, like, I already know how all of it ends, but if you don't, I think that, like, this game can be played through multiple times. I may, like, I don't know. I don't really have any, I don't think the combat in this game is fun enough for me to want to do a genocide run. Like, I don't think me attacking the enemies is very fun. I like the dodging and like the trying to take no hits. I think it actually was pretty challenging, especially near the end of the game. And I'm not going to talk about spoilers or anything like that because if you have, I'm sure you know almost everything about this game like I do. But if you have somehow avoided all spoilers for this game, you should give this game a shot. I think it was like $1 on Steam. So you can find this game super cheap. I, for some reason, own it on Switch. I don't know why I bought it on Switch, but RPGs I like to play on my Switch just because I can like do side quests and stuff in bed or in the car, you know, get sort of the mundane stuff out of the way. But speaking of, this isn't related to Undertale. My thoughts on Undertale is it's great. Everyone should go play it. Obviously, everyone knows that, but yeah, I just uploaded Yakuza 3 last night because I just beat that last night, and now this. And then I'm also playing Xenoblade X. And I was playing all these games at the same time, which is why I didn't upload since Monster Hunter, I think, which was like 3 weeks ago. I sort of overloaded myself with RPGs. So we're 2 of them out of the way. I don't know. I don't think I'll beat Xenoblade X. I'll be honest. It's a very long game. I'm not really feeling it right now. Granted, I'm only 2 hours in, but we'll see where I get. I don't know what my next game is going to be. I have a couple games on the docket. Obviously, I'm trying to beat the whole Yakuza series, but I want to give myself a break in between each game, like a month, like a couple weeks or a month, you know, because I don't want to overwhelm myself or burn myself out from the series because I really like it. So I want to make sure that I am present and able to give it my all when I'm playing. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to play next. I know there's a bunch of games coming out this summer, like Delta, MGS Delta, and I think there's Lost Soul Aside, there's Expedition 33. I don't know if I'm going to play Expedition 33. Lost Soul Aside, it looks really cool. I'm probably going to pick that up. And MGS Delta I'm going to play. So there's a lot coming out this year. Obviously, we got GTA 6, we got the Switch 2, which Switch 2, if you've been on the internet, I'm sure you've heard quite a lot about that. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. I don't know what I'm going to play next, but Undertale's amazing. Definitely play it.